Hola mi gente, ¿cómo estás? It is Monday, the 29th. Can you believe that November is already freaking over? Like, where did it go? I didn't register about Thanksgiving. Like, I didn't realize anything, honestly. But here we are, almost in December, and I'm not feeling December yet. But I guess I gotta mentally get into it. Kimana and I had talked about doing Vlogmas after the debacle that happened to her in 2018 and me in 2019. So we each did Vlogmas and then ended up taking a year off after Vlogmas. It's super intense. Like, I don't know that people understand what goes into daily vlogging, but it's intense. And I really didn't think I was going to come back to YouTube after Vlogmas because it was intense. But I'm going to strategize better this time. I was going to try to do Vlogtober. I really feel bad that I let Anna down with that, but it was just, I was out of town, and I have a hard time vlogging when I'm out of town. Now she sees that. And then also when I came back to a totally different schedule as far as work went. So it was definitely hard to get back on the saddle. So yeah, I'm gonna try. Don't really have plans for until late December, so I will be here all of December, and yeah, we're gonna just see how it goes, really. But it is Mental Health Monday, so let's get mental. Today's topic is mi corazón, also known as my heart. I feel like I've lost a lot of feelings and such, and I don't know if I'm just shut off right now or if it's something that happened, like it's taken place over time, or what's going on, honestly. And that was my biggest fear, was being in this relationship for so long and then becoming what I saw happen to the women in my family, where like, he wants to be in the vlog like a lot, become like the women that are in my family that became very bitter due to, you know, what happened in their relationships. And while I can totally understand having feelings and trust issues, I just don't want to carry that stuff on to the next situation. You know, I don't want to feel the things that I was made to feel in this relationship. I was often made to feel like insecure and not good enough, and you know, like there was always something better. And then, yo, I think it's a bee. I got scared that I would end up like how I saw all the women turn out in my family. Like, everyone was bitter, everyone was really like mean to their next partners and untrustworthy. Like, everyone was untrustworthy, and I got deathly afraid of that, and like how all this relationship stuff is gonna affect me in the future, because I don't want to be that person. That I don't go across life feeling like I can't ever find love again. Anna kind of talked to me about it, and I know, like, in this point in time, I'm not really interested in any of that stuff at all. I just want to have fun, but everybody else wants to not have fun. They kind of are looking for serious things, and I get it. Like, my age group, obviously, they don't want to be out there doing fuckery while, like, I am, because I didn't have that chance. You know, I didn't do any of those things. From 19 on, I was in a very serious relationship, so, and then I was married and I had kids. Like, none of that stuff was something that I was doing. I was mothering, I was wifing, I was chefing, I was PTAing, I was freaking classroom mom. I was all that, you know, for all the years that my kids were in school, you know, and I didn't really make time for myself and do anything like that. And I'm not saying fuckery is like, you do, that's your time for yourself, but I'm just saying, like, I never got the time to what do they say? Sow your wild oats? Soak your wild oats? I don't know. That, I never got to do that. I just was straight from a 3-year hiatus from a serious relationship into something that was supposed to be very short term, and that turned into what the law considered a marriage. I mean, for a long time, I did see myself as a failure, and I did see things on me, but I think that's because every time I was presented, you know, with the situation in front of me, and I'm like, why did you do this? And I'm the type of person that I want to talk it out. Like, I want to know what led you to these actions type of person. And every time it was what led you to these actions, it was on you. There was no ownership, there's no accountability, there's none of that stuff. It was always because you did this, and this is why I did this. And I'm like, that's technically not fair, because like, clearly he was a shitty human being as well, and it didn't cause me to do things that he was doing, you know. I mean, I did retaliation cheat in the very beginning. I am like that. But then after a while, I'm like, it's not, you know, like after the first time I dated, I'm like, it's not really gonna do much, you know. It's only hurting me. And at that time, I was really worried about numbers, like how many people I had slept with and how many numbers and how it adds up and all that stuff. I was really worried about that stuff then. Now I'm like, fuck numbers, who cares? But back then, it was like a serious situation to me. And, you know, he was my second partner, and I was like, oh my God, I'm creeping up on a whole hand. So, like, it was just, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted some accountability. You know, obviously I'm not a perfect person, but you know, I don't feel like I'm an unreasonable person, and I'll always say that I'm not an unreasonable person. I rather talk than yell. Like, I don't like yelling, I don't like screaming. I mean, when I turn up, I like to yell, I like to scream, but I don't like to like fight, yell, and scream. I don't like that. It causes me anxiety. But just my biggest fear is, what if my heart is closed? And what if, it's kind of making me emotional. I mean, it's not closed there, but what if I'm incapable of giving someone else the type of love and energy that I put into this? Like, what if this is that was my last shot, and I can't do it again because I'm scared? Somebody had recently re-entered my life, very recently. I realized I was having a hard time connecting emotionally with this person, and I felt very cut off and very like, I know I missed the person, but I couldn't connect. And then at that moment, I was just like, oh, well, you know, there was a lot of reasons why, you know, there was a lot of reasons why I was having a problem connecting in my head, because of how things ended between us. And then to come back and act like nothing happened, and I'm not very good at that stuff. Like, I like to communicate and figure out what's going on. Like, can we talk this out? Every time I wanted to talk it out, the person doesn't like serious stuff. They don't like to be serious, which now I'm starting to understand the dynamic in their past relationships, because the minute that things get serious, they duck out. I merely asked the person, are you okay emotionally? And that was too serious, and then it was a duck out time. So I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm mirroring people's emotions, or maybe I'm really scared to divulge my emotions, because I'm a person that when I love you, I give every fucking piece of myself to you. And what if I'm scared to give pieces away now? Like, what if I'm afraid that, you know, if I give pieces away, it's gonna end up and result like this? But I don't want to be that person that's like evil and mean to somebody just to prevent myself from being hurt. You know what I mean? Because you know how hurt people, they end up putting up these like huge ass walls, and they don't want to let people in, and it's scary. And I get it now, because I'm living that. Like, now I'm mortified. Like, what if I let someone in and it's the wrong person? Like, what if I do this again and I get hurt on this level again. Like, I don't feel hurt from this situation anymore, but I did experience 2 decades of pain and insecurity and feeling unloved and all that stuff. But I don't feel that now, but I remember that pain. I remember staying up at night crying when everyone went to sleep. I remember writing in my journal about not feeling loved and what was wrong with me and why doesn't he love me and why doesn't he want me and why is it everyone else and why is everyone else better than me and why does he put his hands on me and why does he think these things about me, like all those things, you know. But then there came a time that I realized that it's not me that has the issue. Like, I have issues, yes, but it's not me creating those issues that he was bringing in here. Are my circumstances affecting me so much now that it's changing the way I see life and the way I look at things and the way that I view everything in my life, and I just don't want that to happen, you know? And to be quite honest with you, before I sat down and I really started diving into this subject, I was fine. But it's just in the moments that you're thinking, in the moments that you are really thinking, it gets scary. And I'm fogging some shit out of my glasses. I have to look at this and go. It gets really, really scary because you don't know, you know? But I don't want these circumstances to change me or change how I view things or change how I view the world, you know, because yes, things happen to me, and yes, I have been through things, and yes, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen next. Love Monday is something that I honestly look forward to and dread at the same time. Like, it's something that I'm like, I can't wait to get this weight off my chest, but at the same time I'm like, the purge is emotionally is very, very hard. I have so many emotional toxins. Done mental Monday and getting mental with you guys. I do feel a weight lift. I do feel better. I do feel, you know, like I took something. It's just kind of like therapy. Like I said, it's just like therapy for me. Like when I would leave my therapy sessions, even though you have this like weight on you and then it's not necessarily all the way lifted, but you're chipping away, you're chomping at the bits of what is hurting you and trying to fix that. And I need to do that because feeling like I'm not even entertaining a connection with anyone. I'm just entertaining like the thought of I want to get that person in bed, and then that's like how I look at people, as like that's it, and not like I want to be with them or anything like that. I don't even see that. I see like one night, maybe a week, maybe two, and then I see them gone. That's how I look at it. And it's the minute I deal with somebody that's in tune with their emotions, I'm very deathly afraid of it. And I'm like, you know, and then I'm like, am I nitpicking to find things wrong with this person, or is it just really that uncomfortable for me, or like what is it? So I don't know. I have a lot to figure out about myself, really, but I've taken way too much of your time. Oh yeah, it's already been 60 minutes of recording. They've stopped me twice already, so I'm going to let y'all go. Te quiero mucho. I hope that you have a very, very nice day today. It is, I already told y'all, Monday the 29th. If no one told you today that they loved you, I do. And emotionally check in and let me know how you guys are doing and feeling and how life is going for you guys. I have to edit all this and try to figure out the relevant pieces. Oh my god.